Dear children, welcome back to the online session of Sri Gokulam Public School. Today, let's pass on to the next chapter of Indian economics, namely employment, growth and informalization. We know the importance of work in our life. Work is a very important aspect of human life. Let's start with the definition of workers. Who are workers? Who are really employed in a nation? Okay, before we are defining who are workers, let me talk to you about economic activities. As you know, economic activities are the activities which are conducted to earn money. And these activities are really contributing towards GDP or GNP of a nation. Workers are persons who are engaging in economic activities. Who are workers? Workers are persons who are actually participating, really engaging in productive work or gainful employment opportunities. Okay? So, what do you mean by workforce? Workforce shows the working population, that is the number of workers, people actively contributing towards GDP or GNP of a nation, or people actively participating in economic activities. They are known as workers, constitute the workforce or the working population of a nation. What do you mean by employment? Workers, when they are employed, employment is generating or creating in an economy. So what is the importance of employment? When I am employed, in a particular activity, I feel a sense of self-worth. It enables me to relate myself meaningfully with others. I also feel a sense of accomplishment also, kind of satisfaction. I am employed, I am working for my family. So workforce really a source and really a force for the nation's growth and development process. Okay? So, first of all, let us talk about workers and the workforce. Workforce means the number of people actually engaging in productive work. Secondly, let me define about labor force. Labor force is much broader and comprehensive concept than workforce. Labor force includes employed persons and unemployed persons. That is, out of the working age group, people who are really employed constitute the employed persons plus unemployed persons. People are there really able to work and willing to work at the prevailing wage rate in the employment market. They are available for work, but we know because of the absence of ample employment, they are unable to find employment or jobs. So, what makes the labor force? Labor force includes employed persons plus unemployed persons. Okay? Now, next let us talk about the number of unemployed persons. How can we calculate the number of unemployed persons? What do you mean by unemployment? Unemployment is a situation in which people able to work and willing to work, they are ready to work at the prevailing wage rate in the employment market. But because of the lack of enough employment opportunities, they are forced to remain unemployed. Okay. So in India, unemployment is a curse and a calamity. It shows loss of efficiency and loss of human resources. Okay, that we will study more about it later. Now, how can we calculate the unemployed persons? Unemployed persons is equal to labor force minus workforce. Okay, yes, as you know, in India, labor force is growing. Enough labor force is there, but work is not there. As a result, there is a huge gap between labor force and workforce. Number of unemployed persons has been increasing over the years. Okay, so unemployed persons, how can we calculate? If we take the difference between labor force and workforce, we will get the magnitude of unemployment or the number of unemployed persons in our